everybody. Welcome. Can you believe it? I'm on 2 times today, but I thought I'd give the evening crowd a try. I haven't been on in the evening forever. Usually I go in the mornings, but I thought, hey, why not? Let's see what's going on tonight. So if you hop on with me, say hello. I'd love to chat with you. I'm actually going to do some chalking tonight, and my name is Robin. I'm Robin Schmidt with Odessa Rose Creates. I'm an independent Chalk Couture designer. And if you haven't heard of Chalk Couture, I'm going to show you all about it and what it is. It's a DIY craft company that can only buy their products from designers like myself. They're not available in stores. So if you want to learn more about the products, just ask me and I will tell you as we go. So say hi if you're watching. Tonight we're going to work on one sign. We're going to do a little fall sign. I'm ready for the cooler temperatures of the fall. I'm just going to, I'm going to hit my arrow button down there and send that over to my, I guess it's my VIP group. It's my customers group. I call it the Hangout, Odessa Rose Creates Hangout. If you'd like to join that, I do other lives in there, or I offer some transfers and try me kits in there that you can't get anywhere else. So if you want to in that group, just ask to join. Again, you can't be a designer. You can only be a customer or someone who's interested in learning about chalking. So I'm going to hit that and send that over there to that group so they can see it. Let me do that real quick. Let's see, what's the best way I want to do that? Over here. And we'll send that in there. And then paste that in. Okay. And I always have to approve it, which is kind of crazy. Sometimes I do. Let's see. That's not saying this time, so maybe we're all right. Okay, so I did that. So yeah, if you want to hit the arrow button and send it to your friends who are crafty or love home decor, send it to them or send it out there on your Facebook page so your friends can watch along. Here we go. Say hi. I hope this stays up there. Got a bunch of wires there. Hi, Lori. I know, right? I'm on at night. I was just sitting around as usual, doing nothing at night. I don't even watch much TV anymore. So I thought, I'm just going to get on. I'm excited to work on some of our new, with our new transfers. So here's our new catalog. You can see this, all the chalking goodness. We're starting with our, some new home decor, fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that goodness. We have surfaces that you can purchase, and everything's there that you need. The tools you need is all in our shop, chalkcouture.com/Odessa Rose. You're probably wondering, why is it called Odessa Rose when your name is Robin? Well, I named Odessa Rose after my grandmothers. Carrie Odessa, Odessa's her middle name, Mary Rosella, and she went by Rosella, but I took their middle names, Odessa Rose, and I named it after them. So that's where that comes from. A lot of people think my name is Odessa Rose, but it is not. Hey, tomorrow we're going to work on some pumpkins. In the morning I'm going to go on live. I try to go around 10 o'clock, between 10:30 Central Time, and we are going to work on some new pumpkins. I mean, we had these pumpkins last year, and I did tons of them. But I'm going to try to show you, we got new jack-o'-lantern faces to put on them. I'm going to do them both sides. We'll do jack-o'-lanterns on one side and just a fall theme on the other side. And try to keep it kind of basic, so you guys can check those out tomorrow. But this is what we're going to work on tonight. All of a sudden, summer collapsed into fall. And I love the little acorns on there. So we're going to work on that tonight. And we're going to do it on a diagonal reclaimed, let me shove that in there, reclaimed wood pallet. This is also by Chalk Couture. This is a great sign, and it's only, let me find it, $17.99. It comes already painted a light gray, but I want to put it in more of a white tone, so I'm going to do a little bit of painting on it tonight. And we'll dry it real quick, and then we'll chalk that transfer on. So I want to show that you can paint these surfaces and then chalk on your paint. These are cool because, one of many reasons, so you can paint, a lot of our surfaces come with this white, like the pumpkins are. We have new framed, and boy, almost all of them sold out right away. I think 2 of the sizes are available, but the other 2 are sold out. And I have one of each of them upstairs. I'm going to show them, probably show them tomorrow so you can see what they look like. But they all have like this kind of a white wash on them. You can still see the grain of the wood. Well, the same thing is with this, but it's gray. And this is that diagonal palette sign board, and you could actually create on both sides. So this is the underside or on the top side. And I'm going to just put a little white paint on it, and then I'll end up distressing it a little bit with some sandpaper around the edges. And then we're just going to put this on with a few colors, some fall colors, when we get the paint dry, which I'll dry with my heat gun, so it won't take too long, I don't think. I like to use Fusion mineral paint, but you can use any chalk paint or craft acrylic paint, whatever you prefer. Just know, I don't think I'll even paint the sides. I'm just going to brush on some white, and it won't even have to go all the way to the edge because I'm going to sand it and stress it out anyway. So, ooh, I got a little nail coming out of my paintbrush. I need to get a hammer to it. Okay, so actually I might even kind of whitewash it. So I've dipped my paint, my brush in my paint, but I'm going to dip it in my water too and just kind of make it watery. So we're kind of going to whitewash it, I guess you could say. And I can't say whether to do it on the diagonal like the boards are. I think that works best. I should probably throw some cardboard underneath this. It's getting a little wet. Try not to get it on my t-shirt because this is only the second time I've worn it. A little bit more. Put some water in it. Now, if you have a craft acrylic, it is probably not good of a quality of a paint anyway. That you don't have to add too much water to it, if even at all, for your first coat. It's just something you'll have to experiment with and see what you like. Okay. I'm just going to try to get the edges a little bit more, even though I am going to sand them down. I'm not really sure why they chose gray for this. I kind of wish they just would have done it in the white. But that's alright. And I'm not going completely, finishing the edges. I have most of them not quite all the way to the edge. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I think we're good. I'm just going to dry it with the heat gun so we can get it dried. I'll put the lid on this, which has a big clump of it. hanging out. So who else is joining me tonight? Darla, you should scooch the camera down a smidge. I will do that. I didn't check it before I went on very well because I had moved my stand out to the bar today this morning when I did my porch board, and then I didn't really take the time to set it back up. Let's see if that helps. I'll wait a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Have to wait for the delay. Here we go. There. Maybe that's a little better. What do you think of that, Darla? Does that help? I think so. I'm going to take the dryer to it. And then we'll put our silk transfer on and transfer the chalk paste. We gotta get this dry. Perfect. Good. So say hi. Who else is on tonight? Lori, Darla, Rosemary, are you watching? Clarissa, Gail. So we gotta dry this paint. It really looks good. I can see in the camera. I like how it looks really like an old pallet board that's painted white. Hi, Claudia. Hi, Tonda. Great. Thanks for saying hi. I'm on in the evening. It's so weird. Usually I'm on at 10 o'clock in the mornings. Around there, anyway. But I was bored. I wanted to chalk. I'm going to get this nice and dry. Okay? I could have done it before I went on live, but I wanted to just show you how easy it is to paint over them. What's everyone doing tonight? We made like a chicken taco, and then we had to go over to our daughter's house to water their plants because they're out of town for the week on vacation. And we stopped and got a chocolate ice cream cone. Don't tell anybody, but we did. And I went and picked up my allergy medicine. Alright, it's getting pretty dry. I was surprised to see you, Amy. I know. I was bored. Which I am most nights. But I'm going to be doing a lot of chalking here real soon. But I really don't know whether to... I mean, I hope we have our craft shows this fall. This makes me, like, I don't know whether to make a lot or not make a lot. Okay, that was enough sound, enough noise. Now I pulled some colors. I'm going to just work in some warmer tones. I'm going to use Fig and Storm, which is a gray. And then these are kind of some choices. You can, if you want to go glittery, then use your gold shimmer. If you don't, then use Camel, which is a new color. And then there's Bark. Or if you want to go shimmer, use Copper. So those are kind of my colors. Not going to do it. I mean, you definitely could do it in your, you know, oranges and yellows and reds. But I'm going to keep it kind of, and these are kind of my home decor colors too. So I think it's, you know, a nice soft color palette without screaming fall, right? Okay, so if you're new to chalking, this is Chalk Couture's transfers. We have hundreds of them, but they're reusable silk screens. So where you see the white, that's actually a silk screen fabric, and we squeegee over chalk paste. Now, when they originally came up with this concept, it was to be used and reused on chalkboards. So when the chalk paste dries, it's dry to the touch. You can touch it and it's not going to come off on your hands. It's dry, it's hard, but it's water soluble. It'll come up. In fact, you can take a scraper and spritz it with water and scrape it off. Just scrape it right off and clean up your board, and then you can put another transfer on. So you can change them out for the seasons. I mean, how cool is that, right? So you don't have to have a bunch of signs that you want to change out for the holidays. You can have one really nice big chalkboard or several of them if you do a gallery wall or create on your mantle. You can just do different sizes. We have, I mean, you can chalk on little ones all the way up to like 18 by 24. So there's all different sizes and things you can do. And actually, this is our Club Couture transfer for the month. And this is same transfer, I just did it in 2 different ways. So they're reusable. You just wash these off in water, let them dry, put them back on their backer sheets, and put them in the envelope that it came in and store it until fall again. Or you can make signs and other crafts and sell them at craft shows or online. And we are a direct sell company, which means you can build a team of designers under you, and you can do that side of the business too. But a lot of people just love the product and love to craft and create. So I'm going to lay the sticky side up for just a little bit, because sometimes they're almost too sticky at first, and we like to do fuzzing on them. I better stop and say hello to everybody. Yes, I did get my order from the new catalog. This is one of the transfers from the new catalog. This morning on my live, I did a porch board with the jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. I just used the pumpkins and not the faces. So I used those pumpkins. So I've used, this will be my second transfer I've used. And I think I've used some of the new paste colors. Darlene, hi Robin, I missed the name of this transfer. This transfer is called Summer Collapsed into Fall, which is what it says. So Summer Collapsed into Fall. It's got these adorable acorns on the bottom. I just love those. I love acorns. And scarecrows. I wish they would make a scarecrow. I'm still hoping for that someday. I think that'd be cute. Have you posted a picture of the pumpkin welcome board? If you go to my stories up in Facebook, I did a quick, I'll show you. I'll show you the picture, but I also did a quick little video of it swirling back and forth. But here it is. There's what I did this morning. Hopefully you can see that okay. And here's the other side. This is the side, I think I made this on Friday. Hopefully you can see it okay. And then that's what I did today. Okay. But if you go to Facebook, and if you go to the top of your page and you look at stories and you find, I believe I did it on Odessa Rose, or it might be on my personal one, on Robin Schmidt, I can't remember. But I did a little story on it. But I will post that picture soon, probably tomorrow. So hopefully you'll see it. All right, what else? Have you posted a picture of the pumpkin board? Okay, have you, okay, ask me that twice. I like it, good, okay. All right, so, all right, let's go back to this one. this size fits perfectly on this board. Obviously, we make our surfaces to work with our transfers, so this is the diagonal pallet board that is available. All of a sudden, summer collapsed into fall, and love the acorns, right? So cute. Okay, so the border I'm going to do in Storm, along with these words, and this. And then this I'm going to do in the fig color, the plum. I'm going to do this, I think I'm trying to decide whether to do copper, do the shimmer, or should I do shimmer, or should I do just solid colors? Let me know what you think, guys. Should I add some shimmer into it? I'm going to do like gold on top of the acorns, and then copper for the word fall. Then I'll probably put a little bit of copper maybe in here, or I can do just bark and camel for these colors. So let me know if you like the shimmer. You're liking the shimmer? Well, thanks, Claudia. Claudia said she loves my work. That reminds me, I didn't get to show this morning. This is what I did yesterday. I did this on the live. So underneath is the world map in dark gray. Hopefully you can see that. And then on top, I did this transfer of the fresh produce, locally grown, hand-picked daily. So that was what I did the other day. I didn't get to show that this morning. I forgot. I had it set in there and I forgot to do it. Okay, so are we thinking shimmer? All right, let's do some shimmer. I knew y'all would say that. I just knew it. Who doesn't love shimmer? Right? So we got some shimmer copper. I got some new gold coming, but I should have enough in here to get us by. I think it's got some water setting in it, so I'm going to give it a mix. It's kind of thick, and I think I squirt some water in it the other day just to keep them hydrated well. So I'm just getting my paste ready so we can just paste quickly and be done. Storm, I don't have a lot in this jar, but I know I have a new jar somewhere. Let me get some water in there. Darlene, you like the produce sign? Hi, Shirley. Claudia. I'm mixing some water in my Storm. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just a little thick. Kind of lumpy. Probably because of dried pieces in there, but it's getting towards the end. I have a new one standing by. Ready to go. But I think we'll have enough here to do what we need to do. And then fig. And my fig should be good because Sunday I went through all my paste to make sure that they were hydrated. Except this one doesn't seem very hydrated. It's kind of lumpy too. Get it going. Hi, Gail. I finally got you. Well, Gail, I normally am not in the evening. I usually do in the mornings. Like around 10:30 Central Time. And not every day. But I was just super bored. And I have all these new transfers just screaming to be chalked, right? So here I am. Chalking away. So I took our Chalk Couture's diagonal palette board, and I put a little white paint on the top because I prefer white over the gray. I kind of wish they would just make them gray, or excuse me, make them white instead of gray. But you know, they're not doing it. So okay. I'm going to probably paste and peel as we go. So I'm going to do this area and lift it up. And we lift up so we don't have our chalk paste drying in our silk screen while we're working on the rest of the transfer. Because if it dries in the silk screen, it's going to stay in the silk screen and it won't stay on your board. So you want to paste and then peel it up as you go. I did not really come up with these color choices. This is what Brenda in Team B, she's the leader, one of the top leader in the company. She did this color palette, so I'm kind of just basically copying her design because I loved it that much, and will go perfect in my house. So this is that fig we're going to put up here. And you always want to skim down your chalk paste so you're not, washing it off the transfer and just wasting it. And I'm going to peel this up a little bit. Lay it down ever so slightly. Put a little bit more gray on here. I might just kind of work quickly so that we can just not worry about the paste drying into our silk screens and we can get it done. Okay. And let's move on to the copper. So the gray doesn't come down on this side, it only comes down on that side, which is interesting. Finish up top here on the copper so I can peel back that gray because I don't want it drying in the silk screen. There we go. Alright, continue on. Now, I'm going to take my little tool and do the rest of this little L over here because it's just in a small area. And there's going to be gray right beside it. We'll dip it in the wrong color. now we have pretty much everything but the acorns. So let's pull it down to the acorns. It's sticking pretty good. I'm going to go that route. I'll wait and show you when we're all done. And now let's put a little bit of gold, some copper, and she actually put in a little bit of plum, it looked like, in mixed with her copper down here. Kind of blended it in. So I'm going to show you that. And yeah, I kind of chalk with both my hands. I don't know if you noticed that, but a little bit, depending on the task. I eat and write with my left hand, but all my sports are with my right hand. So it kind of depends on how big of a task it is. But I could always write on a chalkboard, like in school, with either hand, because it's a big surface. And it's kind of true with this. I kind of use both hands sometimes. Okay, now I'm going to wipe this off. Oh, and then I'll put the gold on it, on the top. Do some on this side. Okay, that's it. She's done. There. Ta-da! I'm going to lay this back on its sheet, and I will take this to the sink later and put it under the water and wash all that paste off so I can reuse it. There it is. Isn't it pretty? Hi Claudia, hi Rod, hi Roxanne. It's pretty. Now I'm going to distress it. I'm going to dry it, and then we're going to put a little distress ink on it and sand it. Maybe sand it, then distress it. So I'll show you what that's all about. And I'm going to put away my paste while we let that start to dry. And then I'll hit it with the dryer. Thanks. These colors are from my highest team leader, Brenda. She kind of did one in what looked like these colors. So, and I don't know if she used copper or if she used just a brown. I couldn't really tell, but I think it's pretty with the copper. If you don't have, you can pick your own colors. I'm sure we'll see it done in a lot of colors. A lot of designers will make it and do it their own way. But these colors are kind of in my house. So, I think it'll look perfect. All right, let's dry. And then we'll sand it and distress it with distressing. actually, you don't even have to distress it all if you don't want to. But you can still see, like, on the edge where I didn't completely cover the gray, because this came in gray, remember? And I left the sides gray, which ties in with all the gray trim. But I left some of the gray on the edges here. Now I'm going to sandpaper along here, sand it down just a little bit to expose the edge. And then I'm going to use a little bit of distressing ink. And I might use gray. I actually have a gray distressing ink that I might just kind of shadow in the corners a little bit on it. So let's give it a try. See what we come up with. Lay all these. And we wash our tools too, our stir sticks and squeegees and everything will all get washed. So I have some sandpaper right here. And I'm just going to expose the corners. Get a little dirty. I think this will make a super fun class to do if I ever get to do some classes. I think people would enjoy this sign. And it doesn't take too long to make. And you really don't even have to do the painting of the white. You're going to just leave it gray. I like to have the corners a little bit more sanded than the sides if I need to. Alright, that's pretty good. Are you not the average? You are not the average crafter. Did you study art in college? Thank you, Darla, but no, I did not. I always have had a knack for decorating and designing. You know, my husband and I owned a funeral home, and we rebuilt and redid it, so I pretty much interior designed all of the funeral home. Same with our house. So that's kind of a jam. I remember in junior high, we had to do a report on what you wanted to do when you grew up. And I did an interior designer, but I lived in the small rural Iowa, and I didn't know anybody who was an interior designer, so I didn't think it was something that was in Iowa, or I thought that it was something I could do in rural Iowa. So I didn't go to school for it. But I do love to do it. Of course, when I had my store, I had a store and we sold home decor. And above our store, we gutted out the second floor and the apartments and rebuilt them, and I redesigned those and redecorated those for our hotel business. We did fully furnished apartments that we rented nightly or extended stay. So I did those 3, and I did 2 more other apartments that we did the same thing. And so I've done a lot of interior design, interior decorating work. So I love to do silk floor arrangements too. I love decorating Christmas trees. I did all that in my store. So I love to do weddings. A lot of things I love to do, but don't ever really get paid for them, other than when I sell these things. I'm looking for, I'm just going to kind of dab all the brown off of this as much as I can, because I think I want to try to do some little bit of gray. I have a little gray distressed ink by Tim Holtz. You can buy this at the hobby store or craft store. And I'm just going to try to darken the edges and the corners just a little bit. It's kind of like like when you vignette your photography, and it puts the little dark edges around it. It kind of makes your subject show up a little bit more. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to use this gray, but there's a lot of brown already in the little sponge here, so it'll be what it'll be, I guess. I think you can see that okay. And sometimes you can hit like areas in the sign just to make it look a little bit more distressed or dirty in those areas. People use a lot of this in card making or scrapbooking. But I like to put it on my signs. Okay. And even, now this is still nice, clean, and fresh. You could even put some on the sides here to antique the side of your frame so it looks old and distressed also. So put it along the side so you don't have that fresh painted look. That's nice and clean. You kind of want to dirty it up. Same with these corners. Alright, distressed ink certainly adds to it. Is that sponge made? Yeah, these are also sold right by the ink pads. And they come with extra, like you can change, they're Velcroed on, so you can change these out when they get old and dirty. You can put new ones on. Okay, one fresh side done yet. I'll try to show it to you better. So we're just dirtying it up too, so it doesn't look fresh and clean. I'm just stamping, pushing it on the stamp and rubbing it on there. Okay, so I think we did all the sides. We're pretty done. Now you could wax the top too if you want. Looks like I touched it on a little bit. Some of my copper kind of spread on there. I think it's alright. I'll fix it later. But there you go, guys. It's really cute. Easy to do. So, Chalk Couture. You get all the stuff. You can get the board. Everything but the distressed ink and sandpaper. You're going to get your transfer, you get chalk paste, you get your squeegees. Everything you need is there. I just like to add the distressed ink. Something you don't have to do. But they're easy to purchase at the hobby store. Hobby and craft stores. So how cool is that, right? Fun, fun. If you want to learn how to create, and look, I mean, when I'm looking at the camera, you can see this copper and plum down there almost puts off that brown look, but look, it's actually the plum and the copper put together. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. Super cute. So get the transfer, get the board. Another thing, actually you can paint the board with our chalk paste too. You just have to water it down if you want to do a little bit of white or the almond. We have some new color. What is it called? Right here. No. We have a new off-white. Maybe I'm not grabbing it. Maybe I did grab it. Oh, I put it over here. It's kind of a gray dune. It's a pretty color. Look at that. It's kind of between white. It's a mixture of white, light gray, and light tan, off-white. I mean, it's like it. I probably should put it in my browns and cream totes instead of my whites and grays and blacks. All right, guys. So check it out. If you need information about chalking, send me a message. I'd be glad to hook you up with all those fun products and get you started. Go to the chalk site, chalkcouture.com/OdessaRose. Click on shop, click on specials. There's some awesome Try Me kits for around $20, $22, and you can get a smaller surface, a smaller transfer. You get 2 single paste packets and the colors that coordinate with it. You get a mini squeegee, everything you need to do a project, and you can start out with the Try Me kits. They're awesome, so check them out. Thanks for joining me this evening. I hope you have a good evening, and I will probably chalk with you tomorrow morning too, so stay tuned and look for that. Chalk with you later. Bye-bye.